Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So we're starting off very up close and personal again because today I wanted to sit down and just get ready because I have to get ready for an event anyway, and I just thought that I would kind of have this more like a relaxed, laid-back video. I know you guys want to see more tutorials, and I also know that one of you requested me to do an update video on the whole diet thing that I did. I have a story time video on my channel where I basically talk about how I lost weight and how I quit sugar for a while. That is coming as well. I just need to kind of prepare more for it, and recently it has been really busy. I'm finding it very difficult to kind of find the time to film and edit my videos, and there have been so many technical difficulties and all that kind of stuff. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm making this intro like a million years long, but I have all of these other videos planned as well, and I am going to do them. But yeah, today I'm doing this, and if you are not a fan of those kinds of videos, just chatty, get ready with me videos, then just skip this one and I will see you guys in a week or so. But if you're here for this kind of video, then grab a coffee, a tea, whatever you want, and let's just sit down, have a chat and get ready. My hair is wet yet again, and I haven't really done anything with it, so I don't want to talk about it. I actually do have primers and stuff on my eyes and on my face already, so yeah, again, I don't want to waste time on saying all the names of the products, so you can just read them in the description box if you're interested. And also, just in case you haven't seen my previous Get Ready With Me videos, these are not tutorials, so I'm not going to say specifically what kind of thing I'm using and how I'm using it and all that kind of stuff. I'm just kind of doing my makeup, and you can read all the details of all the products in the description box. As always, I'm going to start with my eyes, and I really wanted to bust this thing out. It's still one of my favorite palettes. It is still one of my favorites. I just haven't, I have to be honest, I haven't reached for it as much as I would like. But yeah, I thought it was time to bring this back. I hope you're happy to see it because I'm very happy to play with it again. What's up with you guys? What's new? What have you been doing? I feel like I haven't like properly talked to you in a while, and it's kind of sad. It bums me out, but I feel like I just recently did a video, like an update video on my life, and then so much has changed since that video already. It's funny to think about it, even though it was like maybe I don't know, a couple of months ago, something like that. I can't even remember, but it was quite recently, and thinking back on it now, it's just funny how things have changed so much already. I have been really busy because once I finished my internship, I had a summer internship in a logistics company, and I was doing UI UX design, and it was all interesting and it was all good, and I enjoyed it. But I also realized that, you know, I love learning new stuff, and I did, as I already said, I did enjoy it, but I didn't feel the kind of passion towards it that I think you should feel if you want to go into something like that, because it really does take so much dedication. You have to constantly keep up with the trends. You have to constantly keep pushing yourself and kind of advancing your skill set. Is that the right word to use? Advancing? Basically, yeah, you just have to keep, you know, pushing yourself and getting better and better and learning new stuff all the time. In order to do that, you really have to have a strong passion for something. Otherwise, it's just going to become like a nuisance. Nuisance? Okay, I really shouldn't use words that I have no idea how to pronounce correctly. Anyway, I realized it was fun, and it was a really cool experience. I did grow a lot, and I got new skills, and I met a lot of cool people, and it was all good, but it wasn't my thing. It wasn't something that I was truly passionate about. So yeah, I was kind of like back in square one. Basically, that's how I felt, at least. So at one point I was like really lost again, and just kind of searching and trying to figure out what it is that I want to do for a living. Then it just kind of happened that I got offered a job. I got offered a job as a manager in a natural cosmetics shop. It's basically, well, most of it is all like Estonian natural cosmetics, which I have to be honest, I really hadn't even tried all that much. Maybe like a few things, and I had heard of a few brands, but a lot of it was completely new to me. So yeah, I was kind of like, I don't know, I don't know, but long story short, I mean, it's a long story already, but long story short, I ended up taking the job, and now I have been working as the manager of that natural cosmetics store, and I absolutely love it. I feel for the first time ever doing any kind of job that I'm in my element, that I'm doing the right thing, I'm doing what I should be doing, I enjoy what I'm doing, and I don't feel like I'm working while I'm doing it. I have this kind of mission, or I have this vision for the store. I want to make it better, I want to have even more brands, and I want to like improve it and make it, you know, just a better store all in all. And I don't know, it's funny, and I never thought that I could actually find it, so at least that's something. But it also means that I've just been extremely busy. There's so much to do all the time, so that's why I have been really kind of busy and all over the place. How are you guys? What have you been up to? I just kind of got carried away with my story there. Again, it tends to happen to me all the time. You should ask my friends, they know. Whenever I start telling a story, they're gonna be there for half an hour at least. Did any of you guys, well, I'm sure, okay, I think most of the internet watched it, but what did you guys think of Shane's series? I have to be honest, I was never really like a Shane fan. I knew of him and I had seen a couple of his videos, but I was never like a diehard fan of Shane. And I didn't like watch his videos on a regular basis. But like ever since he started doing these documentary series of like all these controversial people, it's so interesting, and I completely agree. Like I read a comment and someone said like, oh, Shane is like the new Oprah, and I absolutely agree. I think it's so funny, but it's so spot on. He just kind of knows exactly the right questions to ask and exactly the right things to say to make them really comfortable and just kind of open up about everything. And it's oh my god, it's just, I mean, I'm sure you guys have seen those videos as well. I don't know, maybe I'm making assumptions, maybe you haven't seen them, but and if you haven't, then you should watch them, because the Jake Paul series was just so interesting. The Jeffree Star series was really interesting as well. That's what actually got me started. But yeah, the Jake Paul series was so good. And again, I have to admit, I did not know who Jake Paul was before the series started. I had heard of Logan Paul, but that's pretty much all I knew. I did not know about Jake Paul. I had never heard of him. It's such a good series. But what did you guys think? If you watched it, what did you think? I really want to know. Because I saw that a lot of people were like offended by something. Other people were like really supportive and encouraging, and they thought that, you know, Shane was doing an amazing thing. Anyway, I just want to know, did you watch it? What did you think? What am I even doing with my makeup? Why am I working on my crease for like, what has it been? Oh gee, okay, like 15 minutes. This is way too long. When I wasn't watching the Jake Paul series, I was watching Gilmore Girls. I have been watching that on Netflix. I mean, I actually watched it from beginning to end once. I think there's like 7 seasons, and I watched all of that, and then I decided to watch it again, like pretty much straight after I finished the last episode. I don't know, but some TV shows, they just kind of do that to me. Like I watch something and then I get so attached to it, and it almost becomes like such a normal part of my life. You know, like for instance, I get home from work and then I make myself something to eat or whatever, and I start watching a series, and I do that for so long that it just kind of becomes a norm. And then when the series ends, I just feel like I don't know what to do with my life. It's such a bizarre thing, but it actually emotionally affects me so much. And yeah, when the Gilmore Girls ended, I mean, I wasn't as sad, for instance, as I was when I watched The Office and The Office ended. I actually cried. I was so sad. The Gilmore Girls was something like, they were just like kind of a comforting thing. Like it's just because it's just such an easy show, like a relaxing show. And there were so many parts in the series where I felt like I could actually relate to the characters, and yeah, I'm watching it again. Please let me know if you're like that. like if you're like me and you binge watch series and then once those series end? Okay, can I speak English? No. So basically when you watch something and that series ends, you just kind of feel like, okay, what's next for me in life, if anything? And then you just have to find something that kind of substitutes that, or you have to like rewatch it if you can't think of anything better. I hope I'm making sense. Please let me know, because sometimes I feel like maybe that's not a normal thing to do, but I mean, who actually cares about being normal? And what is normal anyway? Okay, now I'm getting way too philosophical. We should change the subject. Oh my god, guys, oh my god, I nearly forgot. I haven't told anyone, no, not anyone. I mean, my family knows and some of my girlfriends know, but I haven't told you guys. I have been taking the Halo Beauty Kiwi vitamins for almost, I think, like 3 weeks now. And I was just wondering, I don't know, once I finish the whole month of taking the vitamins, do you guys want me to do a video on that, or are you really not interested? Just in case, because I might forget afterwards, and I'm just gonna say it in this video, I have used so far on my eyes, just in case you maybe want to recreate this look. The first shade I used was Silk Cream. Then I added Butter. The darkest shade that I now added in my outer V, it's a mixture of mocha and buns. This is going to be like the most basic eye look in the history of time, but I don't know, I just felt like doing something basic. While I'm blending this, I thought I'd quickly tell you, with my last two videos, especially the first one, it took me a while to upload it. And the reason for that was that I think there's something wrong with the computer that I'm using, because it might be getting old, I don't know. But basically what happened was that I would edit my video, and then while I'm editing it, at one point, the audio just goes away. I can see that, like, I know that the file has audio on it. I know that I recorded audio and it should all be fine, but for some reason the audio just disappears. And then it just did that like continuously, like then the audio would come back and then it would disappear again. And when I try to export the files to like a movie, it would export it with those weird like hacks in there. I don't know. I couldn't understand what was wrong and why that kept happening, and I just couldn't upload a video like that, so it took me forever. And then when I finally got the video exported, it was pretty much okay, and I uploaded it and I thought that okay, it's gone, the problem is gone and it's okay now. And then the same thing started with my other video. So yeah, I'm thinking, I don't know why it's happening exactly, but I'm guessing that it's because the computer is getting old. I'm just hoping that this video will not be the same way, but if it is, then I'm sorry guys if you have to wait for this one for a while again, because I don't want to upload something that's like crappy or dysfunctional. I want to apply my mascara and lashes off camera again, because I know it's going to take me forever. Ta-da! Here's something very, very interesting and makeup related. I recently got myself the Makeup Forever Water Blend Foundation. I love it. I really do. This truly is like the sheerest coverage that I have ever seen in a foundation. You can absolutely see like the redness and the texture still, but you can build it up. You can kind of apply it in layers. And again, when using tapping motions, you get a bit more coverage than with just like swirling or buffing it in the skin. It builds up so nicely. And I feel like Kathleen was talking about how this foundation, you can layer it and layer it and layer it, and it will never look cakey because it's just such a lightweight formula. And I feel like that is really true. And it's also surprising that it holds up very, very well. Like I've worn it to work on a long day, like a full-blown 11 hours. I wore it and it held up so nicely. I'm going to use two concealers. One of them is the Tarte Shape Tape in the shade Light Neutral, and then the other one is the Rimmel Wake Me Up concealer in the shade Ivory. Okay, I just, like, for a second there, I forgot that I'm using Shape Tape and not a regular concealer. So, wow, okay, this is way too much, but, well, anyway, we're just going to make it work somehow. Spread it around a bit. I know that I don't do this normally, and I haven't done this in a while, but ever since I got this foundation, because the coverage is so minimal, I have been doing this concealer thing again. I do have to say, when you are using a foundation that is like, I don't know, at least medium coverage or medium to full coverage, then I wouldn't do the concealer thing then, because it really normally isn't necessary. But if you have a very, very, very light coverage foundation, then it's fine, because, you know, then you're not piling on coverage, piling on unnecessary coverage, I should say. I am doing the concealer thing with this specific foundation, but when I use other foundations, I don't do that. Just wanted to put it out there just in case you're maybe watching my video for the first time, so you wouldn't get the wrong idea. I'm quickly going to do my brows and set underneath my eyes. Okie doke, so let's finish up this lower lash line. I'm just going to smoke it out as I always do. Very kind of lazily, if I am completely honest. I have a bit of news for you, in the sense that I am going to Berlin, and I am super excited because I haven't traveled in a while, and I kind of miss it. Even though I love being in Estonia, and I love living here, and I normally don't get the feeling that, I just want to go away, I want to break, I want to change of pace or something like that. I don't usually get that feeling, because I do very, very much enjoy my life here, and I really don't have any complaints. But I don't know, I feel like it's been a while since I last traveled, and I think it'll be a fun change. Plus, the whole reason why I'm even going is because, oh my god, I can't believe that it's happening, but I am going to see the Human League. I constantly think about things like, I wish I would have been alive when the Smiths were still performing, or when Joy Division were performing, and I wish that I would have been able to go and see them in England and, just kind of experience that. I probably won't see some of my favorite bands perform live ever. Well, not probably, but most certainly, because most of them either are not active anymore. If they are active, they are not in the same... They're not the same original group that they were. I'm so stoked that I get to see the Human League live. It's like a huge, huge deal for me. So super, super excited. Are any of you guys planning on taking a trip somewhere? Are you going abroad? Are you just going maybe, I don't know, on the countryside? I've seriously forgotten how much I like this palette. It's just pure joy to use. Like the way that the colors blend and build, and how they go so well together, and all that kind of jazz. Okay, I finished up the eye makeup quickly off camera because it just kept dragging again. I don't know. Plus, I was so into my makeup that I wasn't really saying anything anyway. So, okay, let's move on. I am going to highlight the face now. Now, because I want to go in with a more intense highlight tonight, I am going to use the Huda Beauty 3D highlighter palette, and this is the Pink Sands edition. I'm going to use these two shades, Santorini and Azores, and I'm going to highlight my face in the hopes that it will end up looking very nice. Let me get out my trusty little elf brush. Just a random thing. So you guys probably know, but I really, really like to read, and lately I haven't really got around to doing that. I'm still reading the... Is it Crooked Kingdom? The Six of Crows was the first one, by Leigh Bardugo. I hope I'm remembering that correctly. And now that is the sequel to that book. And I started it, I don't know, quite a while ago. And then I don't know, I didn't finish it, and I was kind of halfway through, and now I've read it a bit, but I'm still not finished with it. So I should really, you know, like take more time for reading, because I love reading, and honestly, every single time that I leave too big of a gap in between reading books, and basically I only read in English because I do not like reading in Estonian. It's just, most of the things that I read is like translated anyway, because like it's originally written in English and it's like foreign literature, what we call it here, and then it's translated to Estonian, so like half the context and half of the whole essence of the book is lost. It gets lost in translation, so I don't like reading in Estonian. So yeah, I mostly read in English, and every single time I leave too big of a gap in between books, I feel like my English starts deteriorating, like rapidly. I forget words. Well, that happens to me all the time anyway, but I forget words more frequently. I use incorrect prepositions. That's a huge thing for me. And just in general, like I can feel that my English skills are going down. So that's why it's very important for me to read books. I'm gonna use my e.l.f. brush right now, but this is still like one of my favorite blushes of all time. It's the L'Oreal True Match Super Blendable Blush in the shade Barely Blushing, and it's just the most beautiful neutral blush that goes with any kind of makeup look. And as the last thing, of course, I wouldn't be able to leave the house without the Givenchy Healthy Glow Powder. Oh my god, is it just lips? I think it is. And look what I found. I haven't used this in a while either. My lips are so dry, but I don't really have time to start like scrubbing them and stuff like that. Okay, I should use a mirror. That's probably a good idea. Yeah, I like it. Oh, of course I like it, because it's one of my favorites. It's number 11. It's number 11. Oh gosh, I remember so well when I was doing the when I was first trying out this palette, and I applied all the shades besides the fun and colorful ones. I tried all of them on my lips, and I remember still how excited I was about this one. So I'm going to first apply some of the MAC Fix Plus, and then the Catrice Prime and Fine Multi-Talent Fixing Spray. I'm still kind of thinking whether I like this or not, but once I know, I will let you know. I am almost ready to go. I just need to find something to wear. But yeah, thanks guys so much for hanging out with me. Thank you for listening to what I had to say, which mostly was just random rambles, as tends to be the case when I do these kinds of videos. But yeah, I hope that you still liked it, and that it was fun for you to get ready with me, because it was fun for me to just chat, and that's what I love to do, and then do my makeup. That's also what I love to do. And now I'm rambling again. So anyway, thanks so much for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, then please don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and also subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, because I really want to get you in my little YouTube family bundle, and then, you know, we would all hang out all the time. Okay, I'm just gonna go now, so I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.